This week on the 77% Street Debate.
Regardless of whether I'm working or not, we have to support our close members of the family.
Because of the pressure to send the money back home, sometimes you're not very honest about the struggle that you actually go through to send that exact money.
Even if you tell them the truth. Honestly, I have tried it. I've tried it several times. They don't believe you.
Hello everybody, the 77% is back in Berlin and it is a beautiful spring's day. Where I'm standing now, there would be people reveling in beautiful spring weather, but such is the scenario with coronavirus restrictions that a place like this is closed down. But we're having the conversation today about how coronavirus has impacted our lives, specifically the diaspora community living in Germany right now. I'm going to start off with my buddy Slim. Slim, just how have you been impacted from a personal level? How's this gone into your life?
Well, currently you can hardly find a job, and yes, I'm not working at the moment.
This is about people's hustle and how those hustles have been killed by COVID. But I'm going to come over to you, Eric. Eric, you are a working professional. You're in the gardening space. So just tell us about the situation you find yourself in. You still get to do your gardening. You still get to earn your pay. But talk to us about the unique position that you find yourself in right now.
I work alone between so many people who don't work. For example, my friend from my homeland, where I'm from, they hope Eric is working, can support me, because it was what I run from this lockdown is a really catastrophe. And this catastrophic situation, we have to focus very well now, run from now. Was teach me something, and we have to go quickly to watch about this situation.
Right.
Yep.
And I just want to talk to Slim right now because Eric's still able to send money over back home. You've not been employed at the point in time. Are you still having to hustle it out for people back home?
Yeah, we come from a communal society, and we have to support our close members of the family, my mom, my sisters. So regardless of whether I'm working or not, they still need that support, and I have to find a way.
So this conversation is bringing in that word about remittances, the money that Eric sends home, the money that Slim's talking about hustling, sending home. How important is that? And can you give us more insight into that?
Yeah, we can first of all look at the general picture. We have like $48 billion sent in remittances just to sub-Saharan Africa alone in 2019. So that is more than official development aid. It matches foreign direct investment. And on average, like a migrant will spend 15% of his earnings to send back home. And often it supports like 60% of a household in Africa. So you can imagine it's a very direct economic impact. Because of the pressure to send the money back home, sometimes you're not very honest about the struggle that you actually go through to send that exact money.
Yeah.
And so that would be something I would like to throw in. I think that it would be nice if there was opening up of the family discourses within African families.
Yeah. Basically, what she's saying is they won't believe you. Even if you tell them the truth. Honestly, I have tried it. I've tried it several times. They don't believe you. They think that you are lying. They think you are hiding something. They think...
There's been asked to that conversation. It is happening, but nobody believes it.
Yeah.
Jamal, so just bringing back you into the conversation here. So this is the position that we find ourselves in, and I'm sure it's not unique to Eric and to Dorsey. What do you reckon we should be doing, and what should perhaps governments like the German government know about our hustle as a diaspora and how they can help us?
We have to establish systems where we can unify the energy, the financial incomes, and put a little thing aside. And this is things that we know actually since Africa. There's a lot of systems, that everybody just calculated and put a small part on the side, for a community reason.
But Jamal, I want to push back on that because,
Yes.
that's bound to raise issues, guys. I mean, do you really realistically think that that's something like that's going to work? And you're disagreeing, Slim. Just come in here. I mean, is that really going to work? Is that the solution? All of us putting money into one pot and hoping we can all be satisfied with how that money is going to be used?
I'll tell you the truth. When it comes to money, friendship goes away. People, sometimes they're looking for their own interests. And we come from different cultures.
Okay, so you're skeptical, but okay, so bring Jamal back in. So
That's what I mean, exactly. This is why we really need the change of mind, you know, because in the end, is not differing from what other societies are doing, you know, and for other societies it's working out. They're getting really healthy through this.
okay, Dorsey, come in here. Just
So in relation to what they are saying, if we want to get together, then our embassies have to work more. Because if you try to reach out to the Ghanaian embassy, the Nigerian embassy, Tanzanian embassy, and they don't even know that you are in Berlin, that's where to start from.
okay, but she. I don't know if that was your initial idea, Jamal. She's throwing it back to the officials, as to say, because by the time you're introducing embassies, you're talking governments. But isn't that going against what he's saying? Because he's saying as a community. Are you including the politicians in that?
Of course. Because, I mean, but we cannot rely on them.
How do you mean we cannot rely on them? Because they are governments. They are people.
I know.
Yeah.
I know, but I mean, you already started it with the missing point, you know. And
I think that's where
I don't know. I have had a lot of experiences in the embassies where I've been going and trying to bring things forward, but it just took so much time, or the people did not know
of
to
course,
take decisions.
Of course,
and
it
things
does
like
take
this.
time.
Genau.
It does take time.
Of course.
What I've also observed here is because of the German bureaucratic nature of the way things are done, the embassies tend to follow the same suit.
Okay, so it's
You can't-
the
yeah.
Germans. They're learning from the Germans.
I'm assuming so because you
Okay.
still have to wait for your passport to be ready.
That's interesting. Slim, I want to come back to you because here you are, you find yourself in this country, right? You have been in a position where you've worked, you've studied, going through what you're going through, hustling it out, trying to get a job, all of that. It's easier to go through here, or would you prefer to have maybe been going through this back at home?
What I see, as Abina said, billions of money are going to Africa. But remember, most of the money going home either ends in the corrupt systems or it's by the organizations that are from Europe.
So in other words, you're telling me you're going where the
leakages as
money is
well.
going, right? So it goes back to the continent, comes back here. You're going to hang out here in Germany where the money comes back to. Is that what you're
In
saying?
the sense that with the healthcare system we have, yes, this would be way better because you can have a good doctor to have a look at you. That doesn't mean that we don't have good doctors at home, but the resources we have
Right.
are limited.
So here we are, we're having this conversation. It's been great having you along. But what we have learned as the diaspora community is we need to come together because something like the coronavirus happens. And like some of the people who are on my panel today, you find yourself in a very precarious position. It's been great having your company. Looking forward to engaging with you on social media, where, of course, the debate continues.